So I got this box. I think most of you probably listened to my interview with Al Giorgiano. Giorgiano. I have to like do the Italian to say it. He was a local radio host in Springfield, Massachusetts. I think I said the wrong city last time. And he hosted a talk show, political call-in talk show. And my brother would call in, Michael would call in. And so we discovered that there were tapes that had been made, and they have basically sat in Al's friend's attic for, close to 30 years. And I got this box of cassette tapes. There's about probably 50 cassette tapes in here. And some of them look like this. Some of them have no label at all. Some of them say like Al 9/4/91 1 hour. Like there's really no way to know what's on these tapes besides the years. We've kind of narrowed it down to the years, and we were able to sort of just gonna put them down. We were able to sort of figure out there's basically like a 4-year span that Michael would have called in. And I just started listening. And I think I got through about 4 cassettes. So that's about 8 hours. And I found Michael. So at one point, Al mentions this brilliant kid, this homeschooler who's only 8, and he follows the primaries, and he's, typing up this kid. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, it's Michael. He's got to be, on this tape soon. And he says, Steven, not Michael. And I'm kind of like, oh, maybe Al got confused, but kind of my heart sinks a little bit. I'm like, were there's just like a bunch of homeschooler kids that would call in to the show? Was Michael not like this savant? I was just so thrown off. So I called my parents and I was like, did you tell Michael to say a different name? And they were like, yeah, I think we did. I think we were worried about his, privacy. So then I'm listening, and all of a sudden Steven calls in, and it is unmistakably little Michael. We have some home video of him during this time, and the cadence is completely Michael. Also, about halfway through the call, he asks his name again, and he pauses, and he's like, my name. And then he starts to say Michael, and then he cuts himself off and says Steven. Okay, I haven't digitized this yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press play and put it in the microphone and hope that you guys can hear Steven. It's probably going to be kind of low volume, so you might have to turn up your volume on your computer or your phone. But here is Michael, age 8, calling into a talk radio show to talk about the 1992 primary.
Hello, you're on WNNZ.
Hello, this is Steven from Ashfield, and I just got it. I think Clinton's going to win New York by a squeak.
I happen to agree with your analysis there. I think that Clinton has pulled some rabbits out of the hat in recent days. His appearance on the Phil Donahue show the other day was a brilliant performance, where Donahue kept trying to ask him about, whether he inhaled his marijuana and had an affair. And finally, the audience booed Donahue and said, look, we want to hear about education and Medicaid and how you're going to fix the economy. We don't want to hear about this junk anymore. But what do you base your analysis on, sir?
Well, I'm hoping that Brown wins it. I just think that it's kind of like Clinton's an idiot, and most of the people in New York, are kind of funked up. But so if he's going to go in New York, he's going to get voted for.
You've really been following this race. What's your first name?
My Steven.
Steven, and are you in school, Steven?
No, I'm homeschooled.
You're homeschooled. How old are you?
Oh, I'm great. It's going great.
How old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
You're 8 years old, you're homeschooled, and you can discuss the presidential race more intelligently than more adults. Well, I'd say that's a good argument for homeschooling.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad to hear from you, Steven, and you keep it up, and give me a call next week, and we'll see how good your prediction came.
Okay, bye.
Okay, thanks for your call.
Bye.
5-6.
That little bye really breaks my heart. Yeah, it's funny. He's very confident about the alias, and then he obviously forgets it. And my parents are probably like mouthing to him on the other end of the phone. I love how he calls in and he's like so uh just talking about the politics that Al clearly forgets he's talking to an 8-year-old or not, and he just starts talking about Clinton's affair and marijuana smoking. I think that's so funny. Also, I think Michael says the New Yorkers are really funked up. And that would make sense because my dad was kind of notorious for like making up curses and not actually using swears. Maybe he does say fucked up, but it sounds like he says New Yorkers are really funked up. I don't know if that's him being like a little kid and thinking that the F word is funk. Um, I wish we had the sound bite of Clinton's an idiot for the TMBS and Majority Report soundboards. That would have been fun in the 2015, 2016 presidential race.